Right. It's morning, about 8 o'clock. I slept great. I just put Sonic on maybe a half hour ago. Slept with just the surfer suit. And it was just a tiny bit cool when I woke up. Just enough to put it on. Oh. Ooh, I should cover my mouth when I go on. Alright, let's do the morning routine. Pills, potty, hair, shave, usually in that order. Alright, let's do the bathroom first. Got my pills, 2 morning pills. Let's try to keep the glasses from falling out. Alright, potty. Simple, just front zips. Oh, came out really easy today. It's good. Flush the potty. Alright. Hair. Which means get the hood off, which means the glasses are even looser. First step is make sure this band clean, no hair. Do not like to leave it accumulate because it gets harder and harder to remove them. Single hairs come off pretty easily, but if they wind on each other, it get very hard. Hair is done. Shave. I can tell from the sound that it probably needs to be emptied soon. Let me go do that. Let me go empty it. I'll be right back. Alright, let's empty it. Where's that button? And flush the potty. It doesn't really matter since there's no smell to this, but just to be clean. Alright, I'm back. Continue. And we're done with that. Alright, morning routine complete. I'm gonna go make my grandmother's tea. That's the next step. Alright, her tea's in the microwave. I'm gonna have to go back to monitor the milk because she tends to leave it out and let it rot. Alright, milk has been put away. Uploading yesterday's vlog. I'm gonna watch TJ's vlog. And I guess Aunt may come, we'll see. If not, I've got plenty of work to do this morning. I think I might scan, I've got a big backlog of paper to scan. Probably work on that. My friend Alan will come in the afternoon. If I have energy, I'm going to start the sewing project. Well, the next step, which is cutting the fabric. We'll see. Morning is young. Be back later. 9:40. I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to go back to bed for a little bit. A little rest. Oh, and let's get this hood back on. I'm not sure when it came off, but glasses don't like it. They like the hood. I'm back. Got a sippy cup. I'm heading to bed. Unplug the tablet. Computer set up. Head on over to the bed. Might want to keep this light in here. Just dim it to the lowest setting. Glasses off. The only time I don't wear my glasses is bed, in the shower, swimming, and baths. Every other time I wear my glasses. It's JJ and Cody. Best friends. Alright. Be back in like 45 minutes. Let's turn the slide off. Time to get ready for the woods. 10:30. Got the socks. I wish I did not need either of these items. It's pretty warm as it is. We need the shorts. Because my aunt is here. These. And we need socks because we're wearing shoes. We're gonna be wearing shoes very soon. Use my hopper. Let me sit on the hopper ball and socks. It's kind of unstable though. I like that it's lower. I don't like that it's unstable. It is softer. Alright, socks are on. Keys and wallet. I got my dirty sippy cup there, but can't do anything about that because my aunt's out there, so I can't go wash it right now. I'll be back later. Alright, 12 noon, I'm back. My aunt is still here. I've given my pills to my grandmother. She's eating her lunch. I'm just gonna get rid of some stuff and head back out. And the socks. Wish I could take the shortholes off. Can't yet. Be back later. That did not go well. It did not go well with my aunt at all. She wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. Root of it, her criticizing me for being different and asking me to do things normally when there's no reason to. Let's see, make a list. What I got criticized for today, or told not to do. Don't wear the hood when I'm in front of her. Don't sit on the floor and eat. Just don't sit on the floor. Don't whine. Several times. Let's see, what else? Other times. That was my grandmother came to my door now. Oh, another one. Don't drink out of the sink. How am I supposed to drink? She already bans me from using my sippy cups. I can't drink out of the faucet. Don't want to use her stupid glasses. Guess just don't drink until she leaves. That's the new rule. Just don't drink. Yeah, rocking now. Definitely don't rock in front of her. That's a definite rule. None of these things actually hurt her. She says it hurts her. I don't get it though. Doesn't. I mean, how I look should not affect her at all. How I eat should not affect her, unless I'm making like a whole bunch of noise or with my mouth open right in front of her face and it's gross or something. At the sink, what's the harm in that? Well, definitely not doing anything this afternoon. She's gone, so well, actually she may not be gone. She may be coming back, so I'll have to keep these on for now. Grandmother's acting up, so I had a few minutes to vent. I've got to go take care of her now. I'll be back. Alright, I think my aunt is gone, so get some drink. Time to do potty. I'm gonna keep these on for a little while though. Still feeling quite sad. I think I'm going to need the afternoon to recover from this one. So, not going to get much done. The original plan was to get some, a lot of my paperwork backlogs taken care of, filed, and answered, etc. Not happening today. Flush the potty. Alright, well, I had a good talk with my cousin. And I do respect my cousin a heck of a lot more than my aunt. So, got some stuff cleared out. Well, no idea why my aunt went out on me, railed on me. But the only issue he had was drinking from the sink. And he had a good point, is that I have a long record of drinking from the sink, which does take some time, when he's in the kitchen cooking, and that I really get in the way. And I've basically stopped drinking from the sink. Today, the reason I did it was because my aunt does not want me using my cups, my sippy cups. I was getting thirsty, waiting for her to leave so I could get my drink. And I decided, alright, I'll just go get some water. Really don't want to use those dirty cups, especially, or the glass ones. Like my own personal ones that I know, even if they're not perfectly clean, at least it's my dirt. And, yeah. I thought there was someone there. Actually, the big reason I've stopped drinking the faucet is that it doesn't agree well with my stomach. The sippy cups actually was not why I bought them, but a big benefit of them is that it takes 10-15 minutes. Like if I rush it, I can do it in about 3 minutes. I rush a drink from the faucet, it takes a few seconds per cup. And all that water crashing down to the stomach is not good. You get upset stomach very readily. This slows it down. Probably get 15 minutes of pleasure out of this thing. Whereas I get 3 seconds of rushed drinking out of the faucet. So I don't do that much anymore. It's just because my aunt was here, actually. The effect of the no sippy cup rule. So, solution is going to be, I'm going to go take a nap. I'm going to go rest. She's gone, so we don't need these hot things. Probably don't need Sonic either, but it's cool enough. It's cool enough that I'll get by. And I need them for emotional comfort right now. This is one of my favorite outfits. There's the design. I want a hood. So, pure temperature would say I probably should ditch them, but we're not ditching Sonic. We're keeping Sonic. Yeah, I can. Oh, we're gonna sleep with both Stitches. I got the Stitch I always have in bed, but I'm bringing the Stitch to bed with me too. Stitch is always happy. Well, he gets angry sometimes, but he doesn't get... Actually, no, he gets sad sometimes. This one's always happy. This Stitch is always happy. He never puts a frown. He doesn't know how to put a frown. He's not capable. It's like his mouth is forced into that shape. But yeah, well, I had a meltdown. I did what it was shutdown. We would call it a shutdown, which is a type of meltdown. And it drove my aunts nuts too. Oof. So yeah, me sitting on the floor, starting to whine, and then she got really pissed off. Like she's like, "Don't whine, don't whine, don't whine." I managed to hold it in once, but after another minute or two of her ranting at me, I started ranting. I started whining again, and she stormed out. Which is actually a good thing, because I needed to leave already. It was just too much. If you hear me like whining, that's barely conscious. Like the noise just comes. I can, through great effort, suppress it most of the time. But it's a sign that I am stressed. I don't just make that noise. Maybe you could call it a stim, I don't know. I think all people do it. I think it's natural, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's a stim. Or maybe with regular people it only happens when they're very young. Someone knocking? No, that's just my other cousin doing something with a wall. Oh well, downstairs, whatever it is, it's downstairs, I'm gonna ignore it. But yeah, meltdown, shutdown, which is how I usually do them. And I just took a few little whines, and my aunt just freaked out and left. Yep, and that knocking is annoying because it resembles the way my grandmother knocks on my door. So, and which is a very stressful thing. She does it a lot, and it usually means I gotta do something. But here, it's just my cousin, knowing who knows what he's doing in his room. I do have a theory of weirdness, and here's how it goes. Everything is conformity and weirdness is completely relative. That the amount of how weird a person thinks you are is relative to all the other people they see in their life. So in a society where everyone is a perfectly symmetrical gray blob, a blob that is light teal, just a hint of teal, would be super weird. Ooh, an abomination. Or if they have just a little tendril sticking out. Whereas in a world, say, like Monsters Incorporated, where everyone, like big, small, fat, skinny, all sorts of colors, some with big teeth, big eyes, some with one eye, four eyes. So you could have just about anything and you would not be weird, you'd just be an ordinary person. So I think there's a finite pool of weirdness. I think it is a zero-sum game. If you conform, it just moves the bar higher for everyone else. If you're weird, well, you just take all the weirdness for yourself, and other people appear more normal in comparison. So I really don't see. I really don't think it causes harm, even if people don't like weird stuff to be weird. And then again, there's so many TV shows where things are crazy weird, and it's considered a good thing, like Monsters Incorporated, or many, many other shows. Hamster and Gretel, Lilo and Stitch, pretty much every show I watch. Took me about 15 minutes, but JJ is empty. And with that, I'm going to go retire for a few hours. Be back. At 2:46, I'm up for my nap. I'm feeling much better. Let's see. I'm going to get ready for the beach. Not sure when Alan will be here, but probably about 15 minutes or so. So, wear the usual combination. There's three big reasons I love this one. Is my favorite beach surfer suit. One is the looks. I think actually I've got two that are tied. I've also got my Lilo and Stitch one that I think looks great. Two, sun protection. Nothing beats full body. Well, maybe if you had like booties and gloves, but it is pretty darn close to full body. And three, coverage. Well, I guess this sun coverage and visual, and there's what's the thermal coverage. This outfit has. It's the warmest of my surfer suits, and actually it's getting to the point. I think in a week or so I'm probably gonna switch over because there's still the sun, but there's sunblock for that. As it gets warmer, the water heats up. I won't need the full body may get too warm even in the water, and definitely in the sun. So we may have to change things up a little, but we'll see. So far, that's what's working real good. Right. I'm probably putting Sonic back on. Oh, see, I'm going to get into the swimsuit, and then I'm gonna sniff my clothes, see Sonic, see if the surfer suit, the little compression surfer suit, see if either of those are dirty and need replacing. I've got cleans of both. Then pack up the surfer suit, the sensory surfer suit, and this one I think I might just wear again to cover up. And because I just love Sonic. I've been in this Sonic mood for a good week now. I want to wear Sonic clothes everywhere. Right, let's get this done. Okay, you Sonic will be back on in a minute. No, I can't. I got to turn the camera off because I will be taking the surfer suit off. So, put this to the side, and this is as far as I can go. Right, we are dressed in a surfer suit. Big surfer suit. The kind that people do mistake for wetsuits fairly often. Right. Now, so sniff this one. The sniff test. Not bad. Smells like deodorant, which isn't bad, with no or minimal body odor attached. No odor from the butt. Minimal crotch odor, so we're keeping this one. The bag. The big bag. Start packing. Sonic, well, if the surfer suit's good, the Sonic should be good. Or actually, you know what? Yeah, no smell. No smell. No smell. Okay, we're putting Sonic on right now. And the forecast says for me about 10 miles of onshore, 10 miles per hour of onshore wind. So we may just go take a little walk. I may or may not swim. We'll see what the conditions are like. All right, look at that. Look at that. New way to wear Sonic. Long sleeve Sonic. Alright. Still need towels. Still need sunblock. Right, bag is ready. Remember on the way out. Oh, I know what I want. I got some milk. Got some milk. Let's wash JJ and fill Mickey with some milk. I'll be back. Alright. Got my milk. Let's put JJ away. Got milk. And let's also take my backpack off, so I'm not leaving imminently. So, got a few minutes. I think I'm going to transfer and begin transcoding the files, the vlog files. This should be my last, I'll be back. Next time well, this is it until after the beach. So, I'm going to transcode stuff and go to the beach, and then I'll be back. 3:09, so middle of the window. Surprisingly, he's not here yet. He usually says he's either early or at the beginning of the window. But finished my milk, finished transcoding, so I'm going to start editing in a minute after I've washed this out. Let's at least put the Sonic hood on. Glasses will fall off again. Oh, but no, the lower hood is the swimsuit hood. Let's put both. Okay. Wallet for the bag. Let's edit. Software. And clips have been transcoded, so we drag them one at a time here. Then I adjusted the timeline, so it's about 7 minutes or so of material. So I'm going to fill up those first 6 minutes. Alternating, so that it's visually much easier to see the breaks. Alright. Control S to save. Now I'm going to put my headphones on. Hit play. And make sure the content is good. Make sure there's nothing I want to remove. Make sure there's this is very rare there's any offensive content, but if there is any, remove it. I think I might have once that I ever find content I had to remove for that reason. So yeah, review it. If it looks safe enough, I'll skip through and just look at the transition from one clip to the next. And then take notes of the chapter dividers for the YouTube chapters. So this is the first chapter. This is morning routine, 0 minutes, 0 seconds. Okay, I work a lot better when I'm not recording, so I'm gonna stop now. 3:21, processing finished. So the vlog, if this was the end of the vlog, it'd be ready to render. But since it's still the middle of the day, I leave the project where it is, and we'll add more material later tonight. My friend Alan is still not arrived. He's still got 9 minutes in his window, and I'm not going to blame him. If he's late, it'll be like the first time in ages. He's been very punctual. So, what to do? I might just go browse on the web until he gets here. And definitely I'll go check my messages. Alright, 3:25, my friend is here, so I'll be back later. Alright, I'm back. 5:45. Freezing cold. Ooh, that's what AC in the car, and AC... AC in the store does. Bye, Alan. See ya. Let's see what we bought. More sunblock. And Alan bought the adult sunblock, so we now know exactly what the difference is. The difference is the smell. This smells much better. It's a weaker smell, and it's much more pleasant. His is, I'm not sure how you describe it, but this is like a little, I think it's coconutty, but very, very mildly fragranced. Be even better if they had completely odorless, but good enough. And then some extra thick hangers. I use them for the heavy stuff like my surfer suit, my snowsuits, my legacy jackets. I call them legacy because I don't use my jackets anymore. All I do is use my snowsuits. And some of my heavier onesies, like the Dinosaur onesie. Thinking warm onesies. Let's go put this away and get some warm clothes. Put the stuff away first, then we can warm up. And we can warm up. Warm. Think warm thoughts. I'll put this on when I change out of this big surfer suit. Warm sunblock. Sonic. Towels. Towels do need to dry. Not much. They do need to dry. What do I want to warm up? What do I want to put on? I know, let's layer. Let's layer all the fun stuff. Let's put Sonic on. Teeth chattering. Let's put the Dino onesie on. We will soon have 3 hoods. 3 one-piece outfits, each with a hood, which would be 3 hoods. Yeah, polyester does work much better with damp stuff than does cotton. I don't mind putting this over a damp swimsuit. It's polyester. Things like polyester onesies handle this a lot better than, say, like cotton overalls. Another use for thumb holes is when you're putting a long sleeve garment over another long sleeve garment to prevent the sleeves from rolling up. Last thing to get out, I think I have a wallet in here. Put this away. And we are back. I don't think we need to actually go all the way to the snowsuit. Snowsuit would be the next layer. Dark chocolate almonds. Almonds, I don't know how to pronounce it. Be back later. Okay, I wanted to talk about the swim. Went very well. Very, very well. Sure, got cold. Well, actually, the water's warm. I didn't get cold down the beach. I got cold in the air-conditioned car. And my friend runs much, much hotter than I do. And he doesn't swim. So, skinny me with a damp swimsuit versus chubbier him, all dry. Yeah, I got cold. Target was cold as well. Back in the AC car, AC everywhere. This house here, 82, so or 80, somewhere between there. So much more reasonable. But we went onshore wind today, so we had quite a bit of waves. Still very safe though. It was just choppy. It wasn't swells. Everyone was swimming. The water's warmed up a lot. It was low, possibly even the mid-70s. Still takes a minute or two to get used to it, get in the water, but nothing like when it's like 65. So much easier. You can stay in as long as you want. Later in the summer, it got up to like 80. I just go right in. I mean, we'll play games or stuff. Be back later when my grandmother's ready to sleep. I got very, very chocolatey fingers. It's 8:30. Grandmother is still up. I'm gonna blow some bubbles. Just because I'm getting bored of waiting for her to go to sleep. And some video games, I'm bored at this point. Only 2 bubbles came out. What's going on? Could it be that I'm holding the wand? How the hell I'm holding the wand? Try vertical again. Try blowing less hard. Not sure. Try waving. Maybe that'll work better. Does work pretty well. Try holding it vertically. Well, that is a concentrating getting bubble solution on my tablet without making very many bubbles. Alright, now it's getting better. I can't see the bubbles though. Big bubble. Oh, biggies. That's a nice bubble. Ooh. These bubbles are heavy. I think next time I'm going to try putting the wand away and using both hands to try to keep them up. It works a little. I guess they dry, it's dry air. They evaporate pretty quickly. Ooh, we got one big one. Oh, popped. Bubbly bubbles, and I knocked down a sign. Let's do one more. That wasn't so great. Yes, I got a few little bubbles. Bing. Alright, done with the bubbles. Well, this morning my aunt messed up my sewing area. The patterns got moved, so I'm going to have to go through the patterns again and make sure I got all the pieces. I'm going to go do that now, and things are going well. I made cut fabric tonight, but I got a feeling I'll just be checking pattern pieces and maybe even going to those printed ones that I thought I didn't need to use. I may have to go back and fill in the gaps if I'm missing any. Let me go check. Found the papers. That's the fabric inside. Let's open this up. Box full of fresh fleece. This box to the side for now. Let's get the fleece out of the bag. This out to the side. Okay, so we got yellow, orange fleece. The yellow fleece is going to be for trim. It's going to be for the dinosaur plates. So I'm going to be using the orange fleece tonight. The hood is going to be the first priority because I want to embroider. Actually, no, hood is not going to be the first priority. Fold this over once. Put it away. Yeah, this is, my aunt went through, took the big bin, put my things into 2 little bins, which of course meant everything has to be found again. Alright. So the next step, I need to clear the table completely because I gotta lay the fleece out. So I'm gonna put the paper off to the side. Alright, table is clear. So next step is to lay out the fleece. I've been using cans of tomato sauce as my weights. Alright, we're getting there. I'm gonna get a few more weights. Alright, nicely laid out. And you can ignore the Judge Judy, that's just my grandmother watching that. Next step is going to be put pattern on fabric. Now, I'm going to have to keep in mind, this pattern piece was printed to be cut on the fold. Because we're putting plates in the back, we need to cut this mirrored as 2 pieces. So I'm still going to cut it on the fold, but I'm going to add in, seam allowance is a 1/2 inch. I'm going to add in slightly more than a 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to snip it right down the middle afterwards. Right, so I'm going to lay this out more carefully now. Alright, it's sort of set up now. I have to go get measuring equipment to make sure it's exact, but it's in the ballpark. Other setting to bed, as you can hear, the TV is off. I'm getting very hot. So Dino's fleece is coming off. The same fleece I'm working with. Oh, it's a different pattern. Very similar fabric to what I'm working with. What I'm making is going to be a winter garment. Yeah, June is probably not the most common month to make winter garments, but the plan is to make it as a gift. It'll for August. Actually, this is the first one's going to be mine. It's going to be a matching pair. And I always make mine first, so because that way I get the practice, and the one I give as a gift is likely to be better made. Okay, let me go put this away, and I think I need to go potty as well. Still hot, so Sonic's going to go too. Going to leave just the big surfer suit on. Alright, to the bathroom. Alright, go puppy. Flush the putty. A few basic measuring tools, but I still need to find the sewing clips, so I'm going to go dig again. Oh, looks like my old sewing bag is completely trash. Let me throw that out. All right, should have everything I need. Sewing clips, pins, maybe for later. Rotary cutter. Don't know what it's called, but it's some sort of sewing gauge. Ruler. I'm going to need the cutting mat. This is the cutting mat. I'm going to slide it in underneath. Alright, I have it set to 5/8, and the plan is to cut 1/8 off on the very edge to push the fabric into 2. I'm going to add this amount extra as a seam allowance. So this here is a little too far from the edge. Looks like it's about right, so we're going to clip it. I'm going to put a clip on here. Can't do this with the camera. That is the limit of what the clip can reach. I'm going to keep doing that for the whole length. Now, I do like to use clips over pins whenever possible because they are safer. You don't poke yourself with them. Easier to put in. And they do not damage the fabric at all or the patterns. With the pins, by poking holes, do all of the above. The downside of clips is they can only be put on an edge, and they are heavier, bulkier. But the big problem is that you can only put them on the edge of a pattern piece or fabric. All right, it is set up. Where I can't use clips, I use these weights. They're I'm calling them pattern weights. They're just cans of tomato sauce. But they do serve the function of holding the fabric in place. If you were using scissors, you would need something better than this. But the rotary cutter, that is not a problem. The rotary cutter puts very little shear force on the fabric, and if you're careful, it is not going to slip out of place. So, the cutting, let me set up the camera for that. What I have to do, it's not a very good view, but I don't have very good equipment either, and this is something that would work so much better in landscape mode, but our vlog format is a vertical. Okay, so now I think to remember, my mat only goes up to around here. So I can only cut this section here. After that, I'm going to have to shift everything over. And this garment's so big, it's going to be done in 3 sections. So make sure, very careful that I do not go off the mat, because this is a glass table. It actually doesn't scratch too badly, because the glass I think is harder than the blade, but it does ruin the blade. Just one little nick, and the blade is shot. And these things like $1, between 50 cents and $1 a blade, so I don't feel like doing that. Okay, let's begin. And it goes pretty smoothly, and everything's working right. And the tablet just fell down. All's good. Where was I? Alright, 1. I'm cutting through 2 layers here, so this is actually very, very efficient. And third side. On this side, the one I have to be careful the most. Glass is off.
Put my eye very close, and I'm going to use my thumb to feel where the edge of the cutting mat is right here. We're not going to exceed that. All right.
Okay, I have successfully cut the first portion. Oh. Portions here is not coming loose, so there's a tiny little section where it didn't cut. Better to cut too little than too much. You can always go back. You can always cut more. You can never uncut stuff. All right, now I'm going to do the big shift. Move that weight off. Shift as cleanly as possible. Okay, weight's back on. That's what it looks like now. I've got a little issue here. Okay, we're good. Good. This goes in far enough. Yes, ready to cut. All right.
Glass is off again. How far does this go? It goes up to around here. Very careful, because this thing is sharp. All right. And smoothly cut. This side here, we're going to cut afterwards. Now do another shift. So, weights off. Glasses are not staying on. If you're wondering, the hood is for sensory purposes. I know there's no sun. It's purely for sensory. Alright, hey, this is lining up pretty good. Yeah, we don't care about that end. So we got only a small section here. Another full section to do. Yeah, I got pattern pieces on the floor there. All right. Now without my glasses, I could see much closer up because I am heavily nearsighted. So I go into microscope mode. Corners are always tricky with curves, and corners are tricky with the rotary cutter. It works best on straight and shallow curves. But it is such a great tool compared to scissors. Yeah, it was off by about 1/8 of an inch there, so I went back. Better to be a little too far out than too far in. Always cut closer. You can't undo if you cut too far in though. This cut was not very good. Not sure why. Here, the corner here is not quite complete. I try not to cut past the corner, so that tends to happen, because that way we don't damage the remaining fabric. So I can put lay the next pattern piece a little closer. All right, so mostly done. So yeah, let me show you top by. Okay, the piece is completely separated. We'll have to free that over there. But the next part is we're going to slice down here just like 1/8 of an inch away from the edge, so that we make two pieces. We're not cutting on the fold, we are cutting this mirrored, despite what the pattern is. Because this originally was for the Dinosaur onesie, which had a single piece back. Because we're putting a tail and plates in the back, we need a seam there to allow it. So we're switching it to cut mirrored. Okay. First, let's finish this cut here. Okay, this is a very rough cut here. Nailed it. Piece of scrap. Now I can't cut over these clips. So we're going to unclip, put some weights. And we're just going to clip as close to the edge as we reasonably can, about 1/8 of an inch. The goal here is to separate the fleece into two portions. So we allocated 5/8 of an inch minus this 1/8 of an inch we're cutting out, and now these are separate. I have to do a shift to continue. Alright, let's continue. Just
what to do. You have to cut deep enough that we actually get the fabric and not just the piling on top. But we want to do as little as will meet that requirement. So we got it. There was a tiny section that didn't, but small enough that it just ripped open. Right. Okay, we can remove the pattern piece and take a look at what we've got. And this is in 2 sections. All right, just gonna fold it, put it into storage. We now have a back complete. The back and the front are they should only differ in how the neck area. Because these are not reversible onesies. The neck hole will be deeper on the front than on the back, and with corresponding changes to the arm sleeves. Pattern can be made reversible, in which case the front and the back would be identical. You would just cut out 4 pieces mirrored of that. For them there for now. So that piece is not needed anymore. I'm going to fold that up and put it away. Right, next up is the front piece. Almost identical. The only difference is right here. This is going to be somewhat lower. And in the original one was cut on the fold, one was cut mirrored. If it was this one here is both. Everything's cut on the fold. I mean cut mirrored. So we're going to shift the fabric over. I'll put this in place. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay. This pattern piece is now laid out and ready to cut. Once again, I can only cut out to the edge of the cutting mat, which is around here. Left a little bit of slack here, about 1/8 of an inch, so I can separate the 2 pieces afterwards. Let's get cutting. Glasses off. And the hood does have a nice benefit in terms of keeping the hair out of my stuff. The downside is getting a little hot. Let's cut. Straight section. Feeling with my fingers to find where the edge of the cutting mat is. Okay. Let's make sure this all separates. Not here. Okay. Put the safety back in. Let's shift the board over. The mat has been successfully shifted. Now let us cut the next section. Looks like I did not shift it perfectly. No, that has been adjusted. Glasses off. The edges here. Okay, and let's get this section here. Right.
ready for the next shift. Alright, ready to do the last cut. Glasses are still off. Just go around here. This goes all the way, yes. Alright, make sure it all separates cleanly. We're good. We're in business. Alright. Take the weights off. I didn't even put clips here this time. Not put the clips down the side row. Could've. Sometimes I do, but I felt confident that it was well anchored enough. Let's fold up this pattern piece. This is going to go back into the pattern storage because we're done with that. We're not doing any lining, so just the pattern pieces typically just get cut once. And even though I'm making 2 outfits, there's different pattern pieces for each one because they're different sizes. Right. Got our 2 front pieces. We are in business. Put these away. Let's fold it once more. Into the pattern storage it goes, sort of, somehow, there. Okay. Found the seam ripper with the sewing supplies. Alright, now the time, 9:40, it's late enough. That's all the sewing for tonight. I'm going to put the stuff away, wrap up the fabric, put the remaining pattern pieces where they're easily accessible. Try to put all the tools nearby. Here, I need my glasses to see properly. Alright, so that's our first night of fabric cutting. Short night, because it's late. Because I wasn't even planning on doing it. What happened is my grandmother was just staying up too late, and I decided I was going to get some sewing done. Alright, I'm going to clean this up and go do dinner. Got the bowl. Pantry items. Flaxseed milk. But dang, this table is cramped. Oh, this really should not be on the table. Actually, pretty much all of it should not be out here. While putting your junk away. Right, should be enough room to work with. Got a new package. Yeah, the seal is already half off. Worthless thing. Some dried berries from my mom. That came with a care package yesterday. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for the blueberries. Put the lid back on this. The blueberries are not quite enough sweetening. And the milk. Yeah, we're not going to be doing any Tears of the Kingdom tonight. We're just going to do our cartoons. It's getting hot. All right. All right, I'm going to go for seconds. I've got that. I've been had that Cocoa Melon song stuck in my head most of the day. It's a bunch of them. It's like peas, peas. I love to eat my peas. Yum, yum, yum. I love to eat my peas. JJ singing that. Freeze-dried raspberries. Oh, these ones are potent. I'm going to put a few back. Milk, and let's see how it is with the raspberries. I have a feeling I'm going to like them more than the blueberries. Yep, they're good. I think I have one more bowl. Give me a little one though. Little. I'm not going to put any more flaxseed in. A few of these. And a few of these. You look good. And a bit more milk. We're good. All right, finishing up. At the end, I drink the milk. Put all the stuff away. Put away the pantry items, the flaxseed and the milk away. Flaxseed goes in the freezer because I've been told it's requires it doesn't go rancid. Not sure how true that is. Garbage and wash. PM. I'm gonna transfer files over, get them transcoding, then we'll do cartoons. Lilo and Stitch the series.
Why aren't you at hula rehearsal? We're just running a little late, that's all. Again? Okay, your schedule's officially out of control. We'll talk about it when I finish.
Ooh, Assistant Evil Genius for Pleakley? Doesn't sound like a good idea.
How much did you say this evil geniusing stuff pays? For you? Supposed to help out
That
every
milk is done.
I know it's important. You don't get enough sleep. You're stressed out. You're always running late. You're interfering with your other responsibilities. I can't let you chase experiments anymore. What are you talking about? You can't not let me practice these presents. They're all for us. Remember?
Ooh, that feels good. I think I want to rock.
If I ever see you nodding off during the day, no more experiment hunting, and that's final. Look at this guy.
Slides weird. Yeah, the fabric and the lining are sliding.
Using mind control to memorize the earthlings. And in this time, you are going to capture him for me.
Really? Who? How?
Just find the new experiment.
Here's Lilo. Still sleeping. Lilo's still sleeping.
Lilo, wake up.
But we can't
Sleep, Lilo, doing her job in her sleep. Not really Stitch is doing it, just using her as a puppet.
Come back here, you little monster! Good night, sleep time!
Stop that.
Canty's falling asleep. How's Gantu awake?
Sorry, sir.
Is it because he had water splashed on him?
Custody by morning.
You had better, because tomorrow we interface.
Just splashing of water in face. You have been victim of sleep experiment all day.
Who's it gonna be? Who's the most powerful person?
Aloha, Hawaii! Regis Philbin?
Don't even know who that person is.
Mr. Philbin?
Yeah, I do shift slowly when I rock.
You are. Took me all night to catch that experiment.
Hey, you, quiet!
Knock it off. We need him to go.
Yeah, I'm shifting slowly to the right. I see. Well, from my perspective. Perspective of the camera, I'm shifting slowly to the left. Like a ratchet. It seems like each day the rocking, the shifting's a little different. So as it's a turning shift. Today's lateral.
It's another Hawaiian tradition. As a sign of
Uh,
respect, we're going to the back entrance under a car.
It's just a millimeter or two each rock, but they add up.
I think it's safe.
That was a stunning visit. But I really just want to sleep. What I must say, Lilo, you've given...
That's all.
That was fun. It is time for the bedtime routine. So, potty pills, teeth, and clothes. We'll do teeth first. Alright. Rinse our mouth out. Alright. Potty. Alright. Wash the potty. Alright, last step clothing. We're gonna switch into Sonic and Surfer Suit. Compression Surfer Suit. So, this thing's a little too hot and doesn't get the compression I really want. So we're just gonna get this changed. Alright, zip it up. Sonic. Sonic. It's been a while. Half a day since I last had Sonic on. Where's Stitch? Oh, I know where Stitch is. Here's Stitch. Alright. Good night, everyone.